A security expert, Colonel Festus Abwaje, retired, has called on security agencies to completely sweep through the various beaches in the country to ensure the explosion yesterday that injured some young people, some 4 children, never happens again. Now, on Monday, 4 children sustained various degrees of injuries after an explosion of a device we now know was a grenade they were playing with close to the seashore. Colonel Abwaje, retired, is of the opinion a swift and tactical investigation should commence immediately to rule out any threat of terrorist attack on the country as we inch closer to the elections. Let's listen to him.
There could be many reasons, or there could be many explanations for how the grenades got there. Obviously, somebody delivered the grenades to the beach. One possibility could be that they might have washed ashore from a canoe that was carrying those pieces, or they might have been taken there by a visitor in a bag or some other container, maybe forgotten, or they were deliberately left there, concealed in the sand or some other place, by somebody. But invariably, somebody needed to take the grenades to the place where the incident occurred. It's only the authorities, upon investigation, who may come close to either finding the reasons why and all the persons who were involved in depositing those grenades at that place. One assumption could be that the 4 pieces are not the only ones that might have been deposited at that locality. So there is need for explosive experts from the military and the police to examine that locality, to search using devices as well as with their own eyes observing, including talking to people in the area, to try and find out whether there are some more of these hand grenades that are in the area. So if they are, one day they're going to go by some other physical action, either somebody ignorantly or mistakenly playing with a grenade, or something else pulling the pin out of the eye and therefore releasing the safety catch, which then sets in motion the explosion. It could also have been delivered by somebody visiting the beach, who probably might have forgotten them, or it could have been concealed there by somebody to be retrieved later for some other purpose. So it's a bit difficult to find the reasons or establish the reasons why they were deposited at the place where they were deposited. But I believe already the authorities are fully, applying themselves to trying to get to the bottom of it. And indeed, as I said, to establish whether these 4 hand grenades were the only ones left there or whether there are more. And that search should also extend to the locality.
So are there more of such weapons in other areas? And how do we ensure the safety of the general public in situations like this? We will soon be speaking to a security and safety expert. But before then, let's recap what's transpired last week.
The loud sound was heard by everyone in and around the community. The time was 11 a.m., 4th August 2020.
I hear the thing, and the thing blast. As a explosion. So who just shot the gun like that? Where my master told you, so it's not a gun. But here the carpenter is knocking something for inside. What is not
Each person had their interpretation of what it meant.
The only thing I heard was like, boom! I was like, Lord of His mercy, what is happening?
Kofi Amwako, a mason returning from Usu, rushed to the scene.
It was bad. There was blood oozing from different body parts of these kids. The 7-year-old was the worst hit. Even in the hospital, they had to remove a lot of pellets from his back.
Uko Adams is the father of all 4 children, 1 boy, 4 girls, with ages between 5 and 12. The pig farmer is grateful to God that all 4 children survived the blast.
They left the grenade while they saw smoke rising from it. Luckily, they threw it far away from them. If it got any inch closer, it would have killed them.
Residents are scared of what the explosion could mean for the community.
I have 2 wonderful kids. We love the ocean. We love to visit the ocean. I love to go there and do my medication and pray. What if I don't know and I step on something? All I want to say is, please, to whoever is listening to me, please, to the authorities, please, scan around and find out what is really happening in Salabadi.
My concern, they should go inside the matter. I get to know the people who have a train over there, how they manage before dodge the bomb over there. After that, we get to know that they get another bomb too over there. So still, we are afraid about the area.
They have lots of questions for the authorities. Witnesses say the military visited La last week and discovered even more grenades.
They find one of the bomb over there and the other one too. So the bomb.
The bomb here.
Yeah.
Can you show us which side?
Please, this place, and where the bushes, and they find one at where the gutter is.
So all in all, how many bombs were those?
There was 5 over here and 1 over there, and there was 1, 2 over here, so 7.
They said they come and find another bomb here.
How many military men did you notice?
Actually, the counts are coming. We can't count them.
There were several.
There are several. We can't
if you're giving an estimate, how many will you say? If you have to estimate, say about how much?
Because we are there, we are working.
The children's injuries mean more hospital bills for a father who is now struggling to put food on the table.
I must be the general public to help me out. I'm truly in a sad situation. He now has medical issues with his leg.
And 1 year can see Kasema now say.
Oh, Sika must say, because any papa could must say 12 million. When Sika must say 12 million.
Now, in reaction to this, the police is asking that children be discouraged from handling unfamiliar objects. We've been joined by Adib Sani, Executive Director of Jatike Center for Human Security and Peace Building. He's joining us on Zoom. Welcome. Now, some security experts are alarmed, now calling for immediate investigation and scan of the beaches. What's your take?
Dazi, I think it is important we look closely into the issue. Indeed, Ghana is not a conflict hotspot like other countries in sub-Saharan Africa. So the issues of what we call in this situation unexploded ordnance is not something we are very much accustomed to. However, like my senior colleague, Colonel Festus, has stated, it is highly likely these devices could have been left there by some criminals who perhaps would want to keep it under the radar, and so we don't want to have it in their homes, and so decided to leave it there. Secondly, I mean, that area is a military area as well, and could have also, based on just my initial assessment of what is going there, could have also left it there. So we could have a lot more of those, ordinances at that place. So first, I think to allay the fears of the persons living in, in around Labadi, we would have to do a general sweep of the area. But let us also be mindful of the fact that these devices, according to the UN, is very dangerous. And over 15,000 lives are lost every single year across the globe because of unexploded ordnances. In 2010, for instance, in Germany, during the Second World War, a bomb fell, it didn't explode. And because of what we call in military terms jarring, that is where you have the fuse depleting, and it becomes extremely vulnerable. Okay, so any little disturbance of the device can make it explode. So I think it is important that they use metal detectors or, these special devices used to sweep for other mines that might be in the area, just so some confidence is restored into the hearts of the people living in the community.
Now, I think that one of the key issues of concern is what you mentioned earlier, that we are not a conflict-prone country. We haven't had any recent terror activity to warrant the presence of such explosive devices there. But in your scanning of security reportage across the country, is there any recent happening that should form a pattern of, hoarding of weaponry or anything of that sort?
Well, the issue of arms proliferation is extremely real. Just that, Darcy, we have constricted the whole argument to small arms and light weapons, AK-47, G3, 9mm, pistols and all that. But we are also contending with the proliferation of these explosive devices, especially improvised explosive devices, which are usually devices that are manufactured and deployed against the conventional means. So what it means is someone can sit in his room, in any conflict hotspot in any part of the country and use potassium nitrates or a shell, combine it with some nails and perhaps even a pressure cooker, and you can make, an improvised explosive device, waiting to use it when the time arises. And because of the nature of intelligence and the fact that because we are getting towards an election, the security agencies are up and doing, some of these criminal elements might want a safe place to keep it.
That's so very worrying.
Out of place to also say categorically that this might also be related.
Adib Sani is a security and safety expert. Unfortunately, we lost him there, and we will try and reestablish that connection a bit later. Still, right. So we understand we have him back. Let's just have a quick final word, Mr. Sani, on general safety. If we are walking by the beach or anywhere we could find anything like this, what do we do?
A number of research into people's perceptions and attitudes towards security in Ghana. Unfortunately, we don't seem to be security conscious in this country. Some of us have had a reason to feel that maintaining security in Ghana is the preserve of the men and women in uniform. But I think going forward, there's the need for a collaboration, especially between the civilian population and the security agencies, so they are able to educate more and more people.
Right, thank you very much, Adib Sani, for joining us. You're still live on The Pulse with me, Daniel Daz. It's still up.